Shalom, shalom, my chaverim. Greetings, my YouTube mishpacha. What's up, my people? And welcome back to Bible and a Bicycle Fan Edits. My name is Will, and I'm an aspired follower of Yeshua Hamashiach. You might know him as Jesus Christ. Well, it's that time of the year. It's fall. It's getting cold around here. It's forth the sweater and the beanie. And as October progresses, we know all y'all pagans out there are going to be celebrating the old Hallows Eve. Now, this video isn't like most of them you see out there where we're going to be knocking everybody about or celebrating Halloween. That's not what this video is about. What this video is about is all those spooky things within the pages of our Bibles. That's right within the pages of our Bibles. Did you know that? There's witches, ghosts, spirits of the undead, zombies, cannibals, all kinds of craziness up in them pages of the Bible. But you don't gotta take my word for it. In this here little fan edit, we're going to be featuring the late, great Dr. Michael Heiser as we delve into the more spookier aspects within the pages of our Bibles.
First Samuel 28:8, this is the medium at Endor passage, which I've referenced a lot because of the Elohim reference here with the deceased Samuel. But in verse 8 we have, So Saul disguised himself and put on the other garments and went, he and 2 men with him, and they came to the woman by night. And he said, Divine for me by a spirit and bring up for me whoever I shall name to you. So the command there to divine is the Hebrew lemma Kasam. So right away there's this association of some methodology to solicit the other side and to get divine information. Kasam is typically negative. Here we have the medium at Endor. She's going to be a questionable figure, a negative figure because of what she's doing, communicating with spirits and whatnot. Deuteronomy 18:10 and verse 14 use this again for forbidden practices. So Kasam is a term and a notion that would often be used to reference things that are forbidden or pagan methods of divination or whatnot. The issue is, what's an Elohim? Do you realize there are 5 things in the Hebrew Bible called Elohim? It's good for trivia. God, the God of Israel. Gods, plural, like in Psalm 82. Demons in Deuteronomy 32 are called Elohim, the Shadim. Angels, depending on how you take Genesis 32 and what event that refers back to. And lastly, 1 Samuel 28, the spirit of human dead, Samuel. The witch of Endor story. Okay, the witch, the medium is better. The mistress of the Ov in Hebrew. The departed spirits looks and says, Whoa, I see Elohim coming up out of the earth. That's what the Hebrew text says. And Saul says, what does he look like? She describes him and he goes, oh, that's Samuel. Then they have their little conversation and Samuel kicks his butt again from the grave. I mean, it just, it's Samuel because of what follows. But Samuel is called an Elohim. He's dead. We're used to thinking of the term Elohim and connecting it to a set of attributes. Omnipotence, omniscience. What are some other omni words? Omnipresence, all that kind of stuff. Because in English, when we say God, that's what we mean, especially for Christians. Elohim doesn't actually mean that. Okay? Because you got 5 different things that are called Elohim, they can't be all omniscient, omnipotent. Obviously, the spirit of a human dead person is not at the same level as the God of Israel. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Elohim is actually what I call a place of residence term. That is, you are called Elohim if your proper domain is the non-embodied world, what we call the spiritual world. If by nature you are not embodied, you are an Elohim. Angels, demons, gods, God of Israel, spirit of human dead, because we don't have a body now. Okay, we're on the other side. Some in that realm can come over to this realm and become embodied. We know the Old Testament stories about that, God included. And some from our side can go to the other side and see what goes on there. The prophets are classic examples. Elohim means you live over there, not here. You're from over there, not here. Over there, there's rank and power and a certain set of attributes. There's hierarchy. So Yahweh is an Elohim, but no other Elohim are Yahweh. That's what an Israelite believed. And the afterlife is the spiritual realm. Now, again, that realm doesn't have literal latitude and longitude. All afterlife terms, whether they're in the Bible or the ones we use, they sound geographical. We talk about people passing over, going to the other side. Well, again, we use these physical terms, these physical descriptors, these geographical descriptors, because the way we talk requires a sense of place. It requires physical location because we're embodied. That's all we can relate to, place and location. But all the terms are metaphors from passing from our realm, the realm of the embodied, the human realm, to the divine realm, the supernatural realm, the unseen realm, the spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it. And over in that realm, again, we still have more place location terms. We talk about heaven, we talk about hell. Heaven being the place that's associated in the spiritual realm with the presence of God, hell being the place that is certainly not the presence of God. So we even use geographical terminology to talk about the disembodied spiritual world. But we just have to do that because that's all we can really process and understand. The idea is that the afterlife includes both reward in the presence of God for believers, who've believed in what God asked them to believe, and it also includes separation from God's presence for those who have not believed what God says they need to believe. One is not more real than the other. Again, we sort of think of this pre-state as something, again, lesser. If you look at the afterlife descriptions in the New Testament prior to, of course, the ultimate consummation of the kingdom in the new heaven and new earth, there's still embodiment language used. When Peter, James, and John see Moses and Elijah, well, they got to be looking at something. They're not looking at air. So there's still this sense that even though we have this other realm, this afterlife realm, where Moses and Elijah are, God makes them discernible in that scene. When people have visions, prophets have visions of, again, the spiritual realm. They're still looking at embodied people like angels or believers or whatever. It's a concession that God makes for people to help people process the fact that when you die, even though you're disembodied, you're still you, and you will be able to recognize other people.
For the Old Testament, when someone dies, their spirit goes to Shel. Shel is the biblical Hebrew term. It's fairly frequent. That can be translated the grave or the underworld. Okay, so there's the grave, the thing you put the body in, and then deeper within the earth is this holding tank. Okay, it's the underworld. It's Shel. It's the place where the dead go. These are metaphors for the afterlife. See, the afterlife doesn't have latitude, longitude, spatiality, and so it's very natural to think that when we die, we put people in the ground, and obviously that's where their body stays, so their soul must go down there somewhere too. And so that, gave genesis to this idea of the afterlife being the underworld. And lest we think that's odd, we still talk about that now. But we typically say, in the bad place, you're going to go down there as opposed to up there. Okay, but the dominant view is that Sheol is the answer, and everybody went to Sheol, whether they were good or bad, righteous or wicked, in the Old Testament. where the Old Testament person who was righteous at least had the hope that when I die, the Lord will not leave me in Sheol. I will go to the realm of the dead, but the righteous, the hope was that the Lord would remove them.
Well, there you have it. Ghosts, witches, demons, and the undead. All right there within the pages of our Bible. Now, with All Hallows Eve coming up, I'd be very interested in to see what you got to say on this whole subject of Halloween, ghosts, devils, demons, that supernatural realm. Do you celebrate Halloween? Do you let your kids go out and scarf up on the candy? Or do you think it's demonic and should be avoided? Be interested in what you got to say on the subject? Down in them comments down below. While you're down there, if you're not already subscribed, why not consider hitting that subscribe button? Give us a little love with that thumbs up. And of course, please hit that share button and share this here little video with any friends or family members that you think might enjoy watching this here little video or benefit from it. So I want to say thanks to you, that's right, you that's watching this here little video. I know your time is valuable, and I surely do appreciate spending a little bit of time here with us, delving into the more spookier aspects of our Bible. I look forward to seeing you here next time, and until next time, remember, Yeshua, Jesus loves you. So do I. Now get off of here, weather permitting. Go ride your bike, and as the ghosts and goblins approach, make sure that you read your Bible.